Hello Gemini, and welcome to my channel Inspiring Life Changes. Welcome back to those of you who have been here before, and welcome to those of you who have just come over to find out what it's all about. I am an intuitive tarot reader of over 30 years. My name is Colette, and this reading today is a reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp Gemini. If you don't know where those placements are, there will be a free natal link in the description box down below for you to go and check that out for yourselves. Venus has just entered Leo, so the energy is going to be changing. There's going to be a lot more courage, a lot more playfulness, a lot more kind of feeling as though you can rather than you can't. If there's relationships that have been kind of hanging in the air, so to speak, you may be feeling a lot more like I was saying, courageous, or that anything's possible in a way even. So the reading today is going to have two sets of cards. So as I say, this is a love reading for yourself, so you may want to check out your Venus sign Gemini as well. Before I forget, check out your Venus sign in particular, because it being a love reading, it involves the planet Venus more than any of the other planets out there at this time. Also, cross watchers, you may also want to check out your own natal chart as well to see what's happening for yourselves. But I will be using two sets of decks. The first set of cards I'm using here is for you, Gemini, and then I will be using this set of decks for the cross watcher as well. So, as always with my love readings, I have separated one of the suits of cups, and the card that we have here is the Queen of Cups, and on the bottom we have the 5. That was interesting because when I was setting the cards out earlier, I got absolutely overwhelmed with tiredness. I was just absolutely floored, to the point where I thought, I can't do this reading. So I went away and did something else for a few hours, and I've come back to see what's going on, and I didn't realise that this card was actually at the bottom of the deck either. I've only just turned this over and seen it. I knew that this card was there, the Queen of Cups here, which is a very gentle, loving, kind, considerate energy. It's an energy of emotional intelligence, as I like to call it. It's an understanding of how things are, but I'm feeling as though this is the kind of energy that it's like there is an exhaustion here. It feels like it's been a long time getting from here to this energy here, where you're now feeling as though you have more kind of control over a situation on an emotional level, maybe as well here, Gemini. Male or female, doesn't matter, makes no difference. Whereas with the 5 here, you felt just completely floored, basically, is how I'm feeling, because that was how I was feeling it earlier. It was just like absolute exhaustion, like this has taken everything out of you. But the Queen of Cups energy, like I was saying, feels much more like you're in a more positive energy now, like you've kind of moved out of the 5 of Cups energy, and you're feeling a lot more, when I say in control, I mean the fact that she's in upright position shows that she has her emotions in check in a way. Like she isn't ruled by her emotions. She governs her emotions rather than her emotions being allowed to govern her. But I do feel, Gemini, that it's taken a long time to get to this place. So you are feeling as though you're now in a place of emotional stability, that you have emotional stability around you. And you are coming from a place of loving kindness, compassion, almost kind of looking at the situation that has brought you to this point as well, with a lot more understanding, a lot more kind of seeing how the process has unfurled in a way as well, and why you had to go through what you had to go through to get to where you are now. And so I'm going to start the reading with your first card here, which is your past, and I will just explain to you. It's been a while since I've done this because I've been doing other stuff. 2 full moon readings, Pisces full moon readings that I've just put out as well. So the first 3 cards are laid out as your past energy, and then we have a middle set of 3 cards, and that is your present energy, and then we have the last set of 3 cards, which is the future, which you are creating in your present. So it's your past creating your present energy, which is going to go on to create your future energy. But that doesn't mean that it's just like boom boom boom. It can be energy from a long time back that you're kind of now coping with or dealing with, or kind of it's come back into your life in some way, and you're now kind of having another perspective on it as well, like seeing it differently or responding to it differently. So the past, the present and the future does not have to be just kind of like this one flowing timeline, if you like. It can be a lot of intercepting timelines. Each action that you take will kind of create something else, which will lead you somewhere else as well. So that being said, we will go back to this 2 of Swords here, which is saying to me that there was a decision. It's very much the Gemini card, of course, the duality here, having to make a decision, having to pick some side. Something has to be decided on here. She's blindfolded, so she feels as though she can't see the way forward. So this is a situation for you, Gemini, where you felt that you couldn't see the path ahead of you. You couldn't see clearly where you were going. Everything was kind of blurred in front of you. You couldn't see the future. You couldn't see... It's like, for me, it represents the past, the present and the future energy, all kind of connecting in this present moment. And you're kind of the present energy is here, because that's always where it is. It's always in the now. But it's like you had this past energy that you were very kind of still connected to, maybe, Gemini, but you were also aware of the future that was coming in as well. So you needed to make a decision as to how you were going to move forward as well. And like I said, because she's blindfolded, it's not an easy decision to make. So on some level, it may have been a decision where you had to go internally to try and find the right direction for you, the right path, what meant or felt right for you, which could also be this Queen energy as well. This sense of knowing what's right, because she's the very, the Queen of intuition and instinct and understanding on that, like I was saying, emotional, intelligent level, rather than using the mind, which is much more Gemini energy. The thinking, logical processes, which don't always lead us in the right direction as well. And that can be one of the kind of setbacks here, if you like, or one of the reasons why it's difficult to sometimes make a decision, because we can be guided by our mind too much, the thinking processes, rather than actually listening to the heart, the inner voice. But where it led you, Gemini, was to this Tower moment. And it's in reverse, this Tower. So it's kind of saying to me that something or somebody else may have made this decision for you. That the decision was kind of taken out of your hands here. That you possibly didn't have the choice in the end. That you feel as though you didn't actually make a decision. The decision was made for you. And because of that, it could well have been a very difficult time in your life, a time where you felt that you had no control over anything, where everything was just kind of being swept away from you. Everything kind of that you had built up around you, friendships, things that were familiar to you, your environment. The Tower really is an energy of kind of I always think of it as like the crutches that we have in our life kind of being taken away from us. The things that we rely on, the things that we think will always be there, the things that we kind of take for granted in some ways, kind of all of a sudden no longer being there as supporting energy, which can force us into a place of growth. It can force us into a place of having to really kind of take another look at our lives. And it can force us to grow beyond the structure that we have actually created around us as well, the Tower. Because for me, the Tower is all about the structure. It's all about the destruction of that structure. And it always feels as though something from outside of us creates that that destruction. But it's like there's something within us that is crying out for change or for something new to come into our lives. But in order for that to happen, it's like we have to somehow be stripped down of everything that we have understood up to that point in order to kind of start something new. And Gemini, for you, it took you to a place of inner wisdom, because this is the High Priestess. So in the loss of whatever it was that you lost, Gemini, the loss of everything, like I was saying, everything that for you was your reality in many ways, the things that you believed were true or real or would always be there. It can also be to do with character as well, personality, shifts of thoughts. It can be an energy where you break through into something. And I'm feeling that for you, Gemini, this was where it led you. It led you to a place of really going within and understanding, because the Queen of Cups in many ways as well is the kind of minor arcana version of this energy here, of the High Priestess energy. It's that inner knowing. It's that just knowing. You don't know how or why you know something, but you know it. It's like you come out of this Tower energy on the other side with a lot more wisdom. Or it literally is the card of wisdom, but it's like a lot more, like a higher intelligence of wisdom, like you've upgraded, like you've gone up another level, like you've suddenly illuminated something. This has illuminated something within you that you maybe wasn't even aware was there. It's kind of awoken something, I feel, for you here, Gemini. And this is a love reading, of course, so it could have been a past relationship that was kind of keeping you stuck in a place that you maybe weren't meant to be in any longer as well. But you, Gemini, maybe couldn't make the decision to actually walk away and leave it. So a part of you kind of threw it out there and the energy came back. And it was all kind of swept away, like I was saying, but what you learnt a lot from it. You learnt, and I feel as though you learnt a lot about you from this as well, Gemini. About your inner workings, the inner workings of yourself, your life, how it all kind of weaves together to create your own personal story here, Gemini. But we do have this Prince of Cups energy, which is a very healing energy as well. The Prince of Cups for me is all about kind of looking towards self-healing, taking care of yourself, readying yourself in many ways in order to be able to love again. And it is a card of, I see it as a wounded animal type of energy, where an animal, when it's wounded, it will go away often. It will find somewhere quiet and dark and kind of retreat into that place until it's ready to come out again. And that's a kind of feeling that I get with this energy with the Prince of Cups as well. It's a young, stirring, a new energy. All the princes are new kind of thinking, because it relates to the Page of Cups. So it's that early wonderings again of, am I ready? Am I ready to receive love? Am I ready to give love? And if I am, what kind of love, in the sense of what lessons have I learned from previously as well? So it's very tentative kind of steps towards something new, the Prince of Cups. It's kind of, it's not diving in, it's not rushing into anything. It's just very carefully kind of saying, right, you know, I'm coming out of this now. I'm preparing myself in order to be able to love again. And at the very heart of your reading, the very centre, which is for me where the rest of the energy kind of emanates from and into, is the Four of Wands here. Which is saying to me that there's a situation where you're wanting now to rebuild something or build something. You're wanting a solid foundation. You're wanting this to become a reality. You're wanting to turn it into something that is solid, that has potential to grow further beyond where your life is at the moment. You're wanting to create something with somebody, whether or not, Gemini, there is somebody in your life. It could be that this person is also representing, or this card also represents that person as much as it's representing you. It could be a new relationship or love that has entered your life here, and you're kind of thinking about taking it to another level. Like I was saying, it's very tentative. It's very kind of early beginnings. But the card after that is the Hermit in reverse here. So you may be feeling that you're still needing space here. You're still needing time to think things through, to work things out, to really question where you're coming from, and to reflect as well. This is all the present energy. So you may be finding yourself in this place, even if you're not necessarily wanting to hermit yourself. This may be kind of a more subconscious thing that's happening with you, Gemini, more of a kind of sense of, even when you're out and you're socializing and you're thinking that you're being very kind of connected with people, but you're actually not. You're kind of withdrawn, even in very social settings. There's a part of you that's withdrawn. There's a part of you that's no longer kind of connecting in the same way as it normally would. You're no longer kind of feeling the same energy you previously would have done as well. So there is this questioning that is going on deep within you at this time. This is another major arcana card that you have here, Gemini. There is this questioning of your of yourself again. It could be you asking yourself, are you actually ready to take this forward? Are you fooling yourself in the sense of, like, you know, you want to, but you're not feeling it in that sense. You're not feeling ready or prepared, even though there is a part of you that does want it, that does want to build something with somebody. It's a sense, I get a sense of feeling of like that you don't want to be on your own here, Gemini. You don't want to be on your own, but there is also this energy here that's kind of saying to me that maybe at this time you do actually need to be, that you need to take more time out for yourself. Because in the future we also have the Six of Pentacles coming in here. And in reverse, this is saying to me that you aren't ready. You aren't ready to explore that idea, that side of the relationship, which is all about give and take and reciprocity and balance and keeping things flowing in a relationship. Receiving, giving. But because it's reversed, I feel as though you're not, like, your focus is elsewhere. Your focus, I feel as though your focus is much more on your own needs here, on your own desires, and that you don't actually have the capacity, maybe even, Gemini, at this time to be able to do this. It may just be, it may not be that you don't want to, it's just that you don't have the capability or the capacity or the energy or the enthusiasm or the heart behind it. Because the Six of Pentacles can talk about a situation of sharing your environment, sharing what you have. Because it's Pentacles, it is that earthy energy, it is that material realm. But here, it's kind of saying that you're not wanting to do that. You're not ready, I feel, for that step yet. And underneath the Four of Staves here, we have the Three of Swords as well. So I'm feeling that this is kind of, and it's in reverse. So I'm feeling that you're kind of still having to deal with a deep wound here, Gemini. That this is really where you want to be. This is in your heart, shall we say. This is what you want. You want to build something with somebody. You want to have this happy outlook on life and see joy and celebration and things being stable for you. But at this time, with the Three of Swords in reverse, of in your future, actually, this is your future energy that we're now talking about here. With the Three of Swords in reverse, it's saying to me that there is something that needs to be cleared. There is something here that needs to be dealt with. There is a situation that hasn't been healed, that hasn't been looked at yet, I feel. And I do feel as though this is something more from your past than the actual future, even though this is in the future energy. And it's quite possible that all this is going to kind of stir it up as well. And it could well be to do with that Tower moment of something happening in the past. But I feel as though all of this energy here is kind of bringing in this energy. This kind of realization that is going to take you and lead you into this energy here in order for you to be able to heal something. because we have the Magician energy after that, which is also in reverse. So all the bottom cards here are in reverse, which for me is implying that you are kind of going to have to, in some way, reluctantly, deal with a past pain here. Deal with something that has caused you to come to close off, because that's how I'm seeing this. Because the Magician here is in reverse, saying that you're not manifesting from your heart energy here, is how I'm seeing this today. Because the Magician is all about manifestation. It is very Mercury energy. It is very Gemini energy. But I feel it as a sense of confusion. That's how it's coming through for me today. A sense of confusion, of maybe you not even knowing that this energy is kind of bringing in, this is where you're manifesting from, if you like. You're manifesting from this sense of lack and sense of this painful experience in your life. So it's almost like you're still repeating that pattern, that what you're bringing in, what you're manifesting is coming from here. It's coming from the pain that you have not allowed to heal at this point, I'm feeling. So let's see what this other person is feeling, thinking. The person that you have an energetic connection with here, Gemini. What is their energy? So for the Two of Swords, what is the energy for this person who has an energetic connection with Gemini? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising and Cusp. Love reading for Gemini. Two of Swords. Why is the Two of Swords here, please? Two of Swords. We have the Five of Earth over the top of this energy here. So this person could well have felt that they were already left out in the cold. They may have already, even if you hadn't said anything to them or made a decision, it could be well why this Tower energy was brought in as well. Because I do feel that this energy was not necessarily brought in by yourself, Gemini. I think this was an energy, even though on some level it was like done through another person, which is often the way. But I feel as though this person felt that you'd already kind of moved on, and that they were already being ignored. They were already, it was like you were no longer seeing them. They were no longer there in your reality, in your world. You were no longer including them in your life, and they kind of knew that. They picked up on that. They had a sense of that. And they also knew that there was nothing that they could do about it, I feel, as well, apart from bringing this Tower energy, which may have just been them walking away. It may have just been them So we have the Tower over the top of the Tower, and we have the Five of Water as well. So this was a very difficult, and their tower is also in reverse. Wow, very difficult emotional situation for this person. They really did feel as though they were just sinking, as though they were just losing. Their emotions were very overwhelming here. They did not find it easy. But for there to be two tower situations here. It's quite, well, it's kind of like a real had to be moment, really. It was something that you couldn't escape, Gemini. This was going to happen. This was going to happen, regardless. But I'm getting a kind of different feeling from these two towers as well. It's like with this one, it was done. This one I feel has more kind of an illumination around it, even though it's in reverse. I kind of feel as though this is what led to this energy here. It was this kind of sudden realization, this sudden kind of release of something as well. Like all of a sudden, there was this kind of a releasing moment, like something happened, something kind of shifted, something kind of made sense. But it was a painful situation with a 5 of water there. 5 of water is pain, it's sorrows, a real feeling of going to the depths. It's despair. So this is the person that you have the energetic connection with as well here. So for the pair of you, it was not an easy place to be, I feel. But either one of you or both of you, you were both learning lessons. Absolutely, 100%, both learning from this. Big, big lessons. Big lessons here, Gemini. 2 towers. Big lessons. Almost like I feel as though it was kind of like a moment of like you had learned everything that you could from each other, but neither of you were wanting to release each other from it either. You've got the 5 of earth and the 5 of water here. And the 5 for me is like a sense of adversity. It's like everything with the 5s always act through adverse situations. So it was a challenge, it was difficult, it was adverse energy that was working against you, but at the same time it was very positive in a way, is kind of what I'm feeling here. It was like you'd reached the end of the road together. There was no more that could be learnt from each other. And so you had to, but again, like I'm saying, I feel as though neither of you wanted to do that actual decision making, the actual kind of like choice or decision to end it or to move forward. So it brought in the tower from both sides somehow. You were both sort of caught up in the middle. And you both, I feel both has learned from it. Huge learning experiences. So why is the wisdom card here? Why do we have Sarasvati? Okay, we have the King of Fire in reverse, which I feel is this energy down here as well. So you may feel as though you've moved on from this energy and that there's nothing left there. And I'm not saying that there is anything left there, but energetically, there definitely is something left here. Because this heart is this heart here. So you may physically no longer have connection with this person. But that doesn't mean that energetically they're not still in your mind, in your thoughts, kind of physically still around you in the sense of your environment, maybe even reminds you of their energy. I feel as well that this was kind of the releasing moment as well for this person. This King in reverse could well have been there could have been a lot of anger here as well. It could have been the way that this person dealt with it. They may well have been very angry. And they could well have kind of closed off everything. Like just closed down, just kind of final. Almost like, you know, well, if you don't want me, then I'm not going to give you anything of me at all, kind of energy. But I do feel that you've learnt a lot from this, Gemini, with this card here with the High Priestess. You've learnt, maybe even you've seen a side of this person that you weren't aware of before. But I am seeing it as the same energy here. I'm even seeing these kind of three fans at the bottom, I suppose. I don't know what you call them, but the kind of hilts of the sword is kind of reflecting in this energy here as well. Very spiky energy I'm feeling today. It was a very spiky. Almost like this person went from being being somebody else completely, like you saw a different side of them. And for you, Gemini, that may well have been helpful in the sense that it kind of closed or allowed you to move forward, close that door and kind of step forward. So the Prince of Cups, again, the King energy doesn't have to be masculine energy, it's just the energy. So it's kind of saying that this person didn't hold back, I feel here. At the time, they were very kind of angry, they were very passionate about what they felt or said, or how they responded or acted, or almost like you ruined their dreams in a way, Gemini. Is how I'm feeling that today. That they thought there was going to be a lot more, or that they'd given you their hearts, and and you rejected it. That's kind of how I'm seeing it there. So with this Prince of Cups energy, we have the Queen of Earth as well, over the top, in reverse. So this is a very strong energy. In reverse, it's a very, very stubborn energy. It's almost like the energy is used, again, adversely. It's this kind of adverseness that I'm picking up here. That if you are still seeing this person in the sense of like if there's anything that you're having to resolve on the physical plane with this person, maybe you're living with them, maybe you're having to sort out like material possessions and that kind of thing. This person is very stubborn. Queen of Earth is very, when she's upright, she's very giving. She wants to share. She wants to be, she's very gregarious. She's very outward, social, very kind of nurturing, caring, but in a very kind of homely, motherly style of way of kind of like, you know, cooking good meals and that kind of thing, inviting you round, wanting your company, all that kind of energy, wanting to share who she is, because it's very much about the physical with the Queen of Pentacles. It's all about the senses. She's a very sensual energy, but when she's in reverse, she can also be, again, very similar to this energy in the sense that she can be very, almost like a force of nature, and very, very stubborn. Once her mind is made up, again, I'm just saying she because it is the Queen energy. Queen energy is passive energy, it's receptive energy, whereas the masculine energy is much more dynamic and out there. But with this Queen, she can be as stubborn. If you think of trying to move a mound of earth, then you've got the Queen of Earth when she's literally in reverse. It's like stubborn, won't budge an inch. So with this Prince of Cups, if you have been trying to communicate with this person, or if you have been trying to open up on another level to them, maybe even kind of wanting to have a connection, friendship, or kind of maybe even just still wanting them around or in your life here, Gemini. This energy is very closed off at this time with that Queen of Earth energy there. Very much kind of my way or the highway. Very much the sense of I'm not listening. I don't want to hear. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know it. And it could also be if you are actually starting a relationship with somebody else here, Gemini, as well. And this person is still around and in your kind of environment, maybe because of friends and things as well. Also had the Messenger of Earth just fall out there as well. Messenger of Earth is another very powerfully strong, stubborn, strong-willed, determined energy. So for me, this Queen of Earth energy is very like closed off to any change at this time, anything shifting, anything that you may propose in that sense, Gemini. she's not listening, or the energy itself is not listening. So it is the energy of, I'll just say quickly, I mean, this is the fire energy of Sagittarius, Aries and Leo energy. So it's a very dynamic energy. It's a very, I was saying, fiery, passionate energy, where this is the earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And we are in Virgo season as well at this time. It's a very strong-willed energy that I'm feeling coming through this Queen of Earth today. Very strong-willed, very... And it's kind of reminding me of this energy here as well, this kind of energy of, you didn't want to see me before, so why now? Why would I bother? Why should I bother? Why would I want to? When you had the opportunity and you kind of ignored it, and so we also have the Strength card that's come out with that Queen of Earth, and it's in reverse, and it's over this 4 here as well. And again, in reverse, it's just an energy of real stubbornness. It's an energy of, it is the Leo card, and I do feel that this is kind of that same energy here, this very sense of something that's very headstrong, something that's very determined. And I just get a sense of something that doesn't want to communicate, or only communicate on their terms. Only communicate on their terms. This is how it is. This is how, it's like their strength, it's like they're using their strength, I feel, with this energy here as well. It's like it's a backup somehow. It's backing up this stubbornness. It's a real kind of sense of, I'm digging my feet in here and I'm staying here. I'm not quite sure what that may mean for you. For some of you, it may even be that this person is determined not to finish this in a way. For some of you, it may be the opposite, but for some of you, it may also be that this person is very determined to try and to maybe not allow you to move on to anything new here. But they're coming over very powerfully. But I don't feel as though it's a very supportive energy, which is what this foundation for here is looking for. It's looking for support. It's looking for foundation. It's looking for somebody in their life that's going to support them, rather than this sense of somebody controlling their life, maybe. And maybe that's also why the Six of Pentacles is in reverse down here as well. Because maybe that's how this person makes you feel, as though they're just trying to take over and control your life here, Gemini, rather than you actually being able to have a say in anything. So let's see, why is the Hermit energy here? There is an imbalance here with this Strength card. Definitely an imbalance. This person doesn't know kind of when to hold back. They don't know when to stop. They will just keep going on and on and on, I feel, with this energy here as well. But I do feel that this person is hurt as well. And we have the Chariot card that's come out over the top of this Hermit energy here. So the Chariot is about that balance again as well. It is about finding balance. So maybe this person is going to find some balance here. But it is going to take them a long time. It's going to take them some time to kind of come to this realization that they need to move on, is kind of what I'm feeling here. They need to move on, and maybe this is why you are withdrawing as well. Maybe you are taking your energy away from all of this, Gemini, so that this person can move forward. I'm kind of picking up this sense with this person that 1 minute they're really kind of full on not communicating and full on not giving you anything at all, Gemini, and then the next moment they're full on doing the opposite, like they're the full on kind of like, well, let's do this and let's kind of, you know, do it this way, and let's and it's a sense of almost like real kind of sense of from one thing to the other, like this sense of imbalance, this kind of no middle energy with this person. It's kind of what I'm feeling. And you with the Queen of Cups here, you're just wanting some kind of harmony and peace and compassion and I'm kind of feeling a sense of wanting to get out of the storm as well here somehow. Feeling as though you're in a storm. Because the horses for me do represent kind of this situation of the head and the heart and needing to find equality here, equal balance, in order to be able to move these horses forward. Because if one of them goes in one direction, the other one goes in another direction, then that chariot's going nowhere. And I feel as though this person is kind of coming to a realization about that as well. Because the Strength card is about that imbalance here. It's about the imbalance of the masculine and the feminine energies, which is why you've got the masculine kind of represented as this roaring lion and this gentler touch of the female energy here. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way round. I'm not saying that it's just women that are gentle, but it's kind of represented in that sense. But you do get women who have a lot of masculine energy, just as you get men that have a lot of feminine energy. And that's, I think, what's happening here in this card, is there's a kind of awareness of needing to balance this in order to be able to move something forward here, in order to be able to move their life forward beyond this energy as well. Because I feel, Gemini, that you are withdrawing. You are pulling all your energy back. Almost like you've had enough of all this like seesaw energy. of it being, and maybe that's also where this exhaustion's coming from as well. It's like I was saying earlier, it feels like it's been a long way from this energy here to getting yourself to this energy here, of this much more calmer, more serene type of energy, where this is really very kind of exhausting. Again, it's 5, so it's the adversity. And I feel as well that even if there has been, or there was possibilities of you working through this, I don't feel so much that that is the case anymore. So we have the Page of Water twice here as well. So you have it in your present energy with this Queen of Earth here as well. You're still kind of trying to, I feel, look after your own energy with this card. And this person is kind of just being difficult, awkward, stubborn, obstinate, belligerent, confusing even, because of the fact that they're saying one time they're saying one thing to you, Gemini, and then they kind of shift that energy and say something completely different. And this Page of Water in reverse here is pretty much the same energy, but in reverse. There could even be, because it's an emotional kind of immaturity when it's in reverse with the Page of Water. There could even be there could be children involved as well. But I'm getting more the feeling it's kind of relating to this 5 up here as well, this sense of expression. Of this person really kind of becoming overwhelmed, emotionally overwhelmed with everything here. And maybe even feeling like they've lost control, or they're out of control on an emotional level, because their emotions are very immature and coming from a very kind of childish state of mind. But I get the feeling it's like you don't want to play this game anymore. That's how I'm feeling it, because you want to focus on your balance, on your reality, on your own stability again here. But this person is in a completely different place. This person is still very kind of attached emotionally. And I feel as though it's not in a particularly healthy way either. That they could be trying to use, or they will try to use, emotional triggers. I don't want to say blackmail, because I don't think it is blackmail as such, but I think it's kind of like emotional triggers, like they're going to try and trigger you on an emotional level in order to because there is this sense here with this person that you are their wish fulfillment. You are the person that, like I was saying earlier, that they thought that there was a lot more to this relationship. And they may, if there is children involved as well, they may even use children as an emotional trigger here. Gemini, they may, yeah. Because with the Nine of Water over the top of the Three of Swords, which is your energy, the Three of Swords is your energy of the sense of, I feel you having to kind of heal from something. You're still healing from something. Or you're going to be beginning to look at that healing process here with this Three of Swords. You're going to be able to start, because it's got an eye right in the middle of that heart as well. So it's kind of saying that you're going to be putting your focus and your attention into your own responses here when it comes to the emotions, and your maybe even the patterns as well of your relationships, and why you have been in this situation with this person even. Because to them, you are their wish fulfillment. You are what they need. But that is to them. That doesn't mean necessarily that it's true. Because it may not be what you feel you need at all. You may feel that you just end up going down this same road again here, Gemini. And it just brings in the heartbreak, or it just brings up the same scenarios, or you're just kind of responding or recognizing something there. But again, I get the sense of this person kind of with this emotional, because it is the same energy here. If you look at that, there's a mermaid, kind of a young version of this one here. And again, I get that sense of going from one extreme to the other, like they're either kind of triggering something within you, or they're doing the opposite and trying to kind of smother you. It's kind of how I'm seeing this, like kind of smothering you with gifts maybe, or wanting to really convince you. I feel that they're on an emotional level, they're really trying to convince you that you are what they need, and that in order to do that, they're going to yeah, I just get the feeling kind of smothering you in a way, Gemini. Just kind of like, you know, give you whatever it is that you need. They want to give it to you, but I do feel that there is a price here, or there's a cost somehow here. Because this is for their benefit. It's not for yours, I don't feel. I don't think that they're fully aware of of the pain here. I don't think they are fully aware. Because the way it comes out when I'm holding them up like that, she's looking in the total opposite direction here. Totally opposite direction. She's no focus here on your heart at all. Or they think that they can, yeah, it's kind of, again, the same thing that I'm feeling. They think that they can heal your heart by material things, by kind of smothering you with all this stuff. And that's kind of what I keep getting, is this kind of bringing you lots of gifts and telling you how much they want to be with you and how much they love you, and but it's for their benefit. It's for their benefit, Gemini, and not yours, is really what I'm feeling here. So let's see what we have here, this last card with Isis, the Magician, in reverse. We have the Two of Earth in reverse as well. So I do feel that this person is kind of, with this Chariot energy here, they are kind of aware that they need to move forward, but they're still moving forward kind of focused on you. It's kind of like they've made their mind up and they're going to kind of come in and try and convince you that this is the right thing. But like I was saying, for me, this energy is this kind of instability with this person. This kind of, one minute they're very positively, don't be careful with my words here, very positively focused on you. And then the next minute they're very negatively focused on you, Gemini, or again, it could be the other way around. In the sense of, like, they could be very negatively and then very positively, but there's this backwards and forwards energy that I get with this person, which is what I was talking about earlier, which was kind of coming through as this energy of they're either one way or they're the other way. So when things are kind of seeming to go the way that they want them to, then they're very positive, they're very kind of I would say loving, or trying to be loving and trying to show a side of themselves where they care. But I just get the feeling that it's all about their needs here, especially with the two being in reversed here. It's not so much about them not being able to make up their mind, I don't think, as it is more about your response to them here. There's a sense that they somehow very much feed into your energy, or they feed on your energy in a way. Gemini? It's not so much mirroring. I'm not seeing it so much as mirroring, even though there are kind of cases of that with this two-tower energy up here and the 2 pages of water here as well, but it seems to me to be more a sense of this kind of feeding, like on an energetic level, which is why I think this energy here is very immature as well, because they will respond according to your emotional input to them. That's kind of what I'm picking up here. And it's making it difficult for you, Gemini, to manifest, to move forward and manifest something positive in your life, because energetically they're still there, kind of pulling you. Triggering you on an emotional level as well. So let's see what the animal oracle spirit cards would like to say to you here, Gemini. The advice for Gemini and the person they have an energetic connection with. That's too many, I'm not taking all of them. Advice for Gemini and the person they have an energetic connection with. Advice for Gemini, please, and the person they have an energetic connection with. Source energy. While I'm shuffling, I will just say that cusp Geminis, you are going to be at the 0 point of Gemini, just kind of leaving the Taurus energy. So you may want to check out the reading that I put out there the other week, last week I think it was, for Taurus. And you also, if you're at the 29-degree point of Gemini, you're going to be moving more into the Cancer energy. So you may also want to watch those videos when I get them out there as well. So we have 2 cards for you here, and they are both in reverse. We have Turkey Spirit, which says give with gratitude and grace. And the Starfish Spirit, which says open to infinite possibility. But they are both, like I said, they both came out in reverse. And the Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace, is kind of echoing the energy of what I was feeling of this person kind of wanting to shower you with all this stuff, but it's not being given with gratitude and grace. It's kind of being given as a kind of almost like a sense of, I don't know about ownership as such, but it's almost like this sense of like, look how much I love you, look how much I care for you, look how much, you know, I'm giving you all this because of this reason, which is kind of almost going against the actual giving idea of it. And maybe that's also what this card is about here as well, because this is about giving and receiving, and in reverse you have kind of closed off to that. So maybe that is also what that is about, and maybe that's why this 3 of Swords just kind of triggers this kind of feeling of heartache here as well, because this person's not understanding what you really need, and that they can't actually, that they don't get you, that they don't see you, that they don't know how to kind of help heal your heart. But it's not all about the material, because Turkey Spirit in reverse is saying here, are you giving in order to receive in kind? keeping tally of how much you have given and what is owed you. This is not the way to experience abundance. When Turkey spirit is in the protection position, which means it's upside down, it is a reminder to let go of any perception of scarcity or fear that if you give too much, you will not have enough for yourself. Use your spiritual practices to reconnect with spirit and remember how it feels to embody abundance. And you will give as much as is needed right now. Know that whatever you need to fill your stores is coming to you right now. Love, prosperity, knowledge and assistance from allies who are everywhere and want you to be the abundance you seek. Turkey spirit is here to tell you that everything evens out when you are aligned with the law of abundance, as spirit wants you to be. Abundance is yours. So that's kind of what I'm picking up from this energy here, is the sense that it's not something that's being given freely, and it's got kind of not demands as such behind it, but it's got expectations behind it. So 59 is the starfish spirit in reverse, and it says, when cynicism says no, starfish spirit says yes 1,000 times over. Are you willing to entertain new possibilities? Are you limiting your goals in order to be realistic and cutting yourself off from the power of dreaming big? Let go of your rigid beliefs about what is possible for you and let starfish spirit inspire you to open your heart. That could also be this magician energy here as well. Let starfish spirit inspire you to open your heart and your eyes to what spirit has available to you. Now is a time to stretch beyond the familiar and unfurl yourself, for you are meant for more than you are imagining for yourself. Spirit wants the best for you and will support you in achieving whatever intention you hold dear. So I feel as though that does kind of go along with that energy of the starfish spirit, because it's kind of saying that you're not open to infinite possibilities, but I do kind of feel that you're also, because of this energy here, this kind of energetic attachment that's not allowing in many ways for that, for you to open to the infinite possibility, because you're kind of stuck at this time in this energy that's keeping you in this place of like imbalance and confusion, and that you're needing to heal this heart, you're needing to heal this wound. Which may not have anything to do with this relationship as such. This wound may be something that is a lot deeper here. So we've got 3 crystals here for you. We've got appetite, which says you always achieve your goals and dreams, which is nice. It may take a while for it to happen. Hermitite, stay calm and centered, feel stable, which is that grounding energy I was kind of talking about with this pentacle card here as well. And topaz, which says have a vibrant, generous and empowering day. So hematite, I know, was like a stone of the warrior. Warriors used to rub it all over themselves before they went into battle, because they believed that it would put like a protection aura around them. So maybe that's what you're needing to do, is in the sense of kind of protecting yourself on a kind of energetic level here as well, Gemini. so you can have a vibrant and empowering day and not feel as though you're being energetically drained, shall we say. So Gemini, I'm going to leave your reading there and say that I hope that it has been of some help to you. If you have enjoyed it, please could you like it up for me. If there's been anything from the reading that you feel has actually helped you to learn something as well, could you thumbs it up, because the thumbs and the likes really help my channel to grow, because it gets put out into the bigger YouTube world where other people can see my videos and come back to my channel. Thank you very much to those of you who have liked my videos in the past and thumbs them up for me. I really do appreciate it. Also, if you have recently subscribed to my channel, thank you very much for doing that as well, because that is really helping me to grow my channel, and I really appreciate that too. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please could you do so. There is a subscribe button on my videos now, so if you just tap the subscribe button, it will subscribe you, and I believe it opens up a little bell place where you can kind of decide if you want to tap the bell and get future videos as and when I put them out. I do all the zodiac signs, I do the full moons and the new moons, both the astrology and the tarot reading to go along with them as well, which is why it takes a bit of time for me to get all the zodiac signs out, but I am working through it. And also share my videos please as well, if you feel that anybody that you know is going to benefit from one of these readings. And if you're wanting a personal reading with me, there is a email in the description box down below for you to send me an email, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. And also comment as well. Sorry, my mind's just gone a bit blank there. Comment, please leave me a comment, because it is nice to have some interaction with you out there as well, and to kind of know how my videos are being received by people. Thank you for those of you who have commented for me. It's been really nice just kind of reading them and like answering you, and just knowing that on some level somewhere my video has helped somebody. It's a really nice kind of affirming feeling, rather than just kind of being stuck behind a camera type thing, just kind of talking to myself. So yeah, if you feel like commenting, please also do that too. And I think that's just about everything. Can't think of anything else at this time. Oh, apart from the fact that now that I have reached my 100th subscriber, I will be doing a bonus video for the channel as well. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing, but I will do something. It may be like a collective read or something for all signs. I'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, thank you very much for coming over and watching my video, Gemini and Gemini cross watchers as well. Please take really good care of yourselves, and also take really good care of anyone around you who you can take care of at this time. Hopefully see you again soon.